Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat datang di jurusan Sosial Ekonomi Fakultas Pertanian Universitas Brawijaya. Saya Heri Toiba, Ketua Jurusan Sosial Ekonomi. Jurusan Sosial Ekonomi telah hadir lebih dari 40 tahun untuk membantu menyelesaikan berbagai permasalahan dalam pembangunan sektor pertanian nasional. Sustainable Development Goal saat ini menjadi rujukan utama dalam pembangunan global. Hal ini menjadi tantangan tersendiri bagi kami. Tahun 2050 diperkirakan penduduk bumi mencapai 7 miliar jiwa dan mereka semua membutuhkan pangan. Pastinya akan banyak persoalan sosial ekonomi yang muncul dan membutuhkan solusi. Kami menyusun kurikulum secara detail dari awal dan melibatkan para stakeholder. Hal ini kami lakukan untuk memastikan bahwa lulusan kami dapat diterima di dunia bisnis profesional dan industri sejak pertama mereka lulus. Kesejahteraan untuk mengakhiri kemiskinan, ketersediaan pangan untuk mengakhiri kelaparan, pendidikan untuk menjadikan masyarakat memiliki pola hidup yang sehat dan layak, pengelolaan agribisnis berkelanjutan, serta pengelolaan sumber daya alam berkelanjutan untuk menjaga ketersediaan dan kelestariannya, serta stabilitas perekonomian sektor pertanian untuk menjaga pertumbuhan ekonomi selalu positif menjadi fokus dalam setiap kurikulum yang kami susun. Kami menyiapkan mahasiswa serta lulusan yang memiliki kemampuan untuk menganalisis kebijakan ekonomi pertanian secara kritis, mampu menjadi penyuluh, pendamping, fasilitator, dan mampu memberdayakan masyarakat, mampu membangun sistem serta model agribisnis berkelanjutan, mampu menjadi social entrepreneur yang tangguh, mampu menjadi pelaku startup di bidang agribisnis yang tangguh. Terdapat 5 laboratorium di jurusan sosial ekonomi untuk mempersiapkan mahasiswa menjadi lulusan yang siap terjun ke dunia bisnis dan dunia kerja profesional. Membangun sektor pertanian dan agribisnis nasional. Dengan kelima laboratorium tersebut dan dengan pengajar yang qualified, jurusan sosial ekonomi siap berperan aktif dalam menyelesaikan permasalahan-permasalahan sosial ekonomi pertanian di Indonesia dan bahkan di dunia. Alumni jurusan sosial ekonomi memiliki kompetensi yang mumpuni dalam bidang agribisnis. Mereka menjadi profesional di bidang agribisnis dari hulu sampai hilir. Alumni tersebar di industri input pertanian seperti industri pupuk, pestisida, dan alsintan, dan industri on-farm seperti industri produksi, industri budidaya pertanian, industri hilir seperti industri manufaktur, dan subsistem pendukung seperti perbankan, pembiayaan, dan lain-lain.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Dorotul Ain. Saya lulusan program S1 Agribisnis Fakultas Pertanian Universitas Brawijaya, di mana saya juga mendapatkan beasiswa S2 untuk program double degree yang saya tempuh 1 tahun di Brawijaya dan 1 tahun di NIUST Taiwan. Setelah lulus, saya bekerja di salah satu perusahaan multinasional di mana saya mendapatkan kepercayaan untuk ditugaskan di kantor pusat yang berlokasi di Switzerland selama 1 tahun. Saat ini, saya menjabat sebagai manajer sosial sustainability untuk regional Asia. Terima kasih.
Proses belajar mengajar di jurusan sosial ekonomi didukung sepenuhnya dengan fasilitas belajar yang lengkap, kelas yang nyaman, smart class dengan fasilitas kelas standar internasional, dan fasilitas laboratorium untuk kegiatan praktikum mahasiswa. banyak prestasi yang diraih oleh mahasiswa jurusan kami, baik nasional maupun internasional. Mereka mampu bersaing dengan mahasiswa dari seluruh dunia.
Saya Alona Fadila, selaku mahasiswa jurusan Sosial Ekonomi Pertanian, Prodi Agribisnis Angkatan 2017. Selama menjadi seorang mahasiswa, saya dapat belajar ilmu manajerial, dapat belajar ilmu operasi pertanian mulai hulu hingga hilir, dan hal tersebut menjadi bekal bagi masa depan saya. Selain aktif di akademik, saya juga aktif di organisasi dan beberapa kegiatan nasional maupun internasional. Prestasi terbaru saya adalah sebagai penerima beasiswa Cargill Global Scholars Program dan mendapatkan penghargaan Grand Award dalam kompetisi inovasi tingkat internasional. Hal tersebut membawa saya menjadi mahasiswa berprestasi utama Universitas Brawijaya tahun 2020.
Ayo bergabung bersama jurusan Sosial Ekonomi Fakultas Pertanian Universitas Brawijaya untuk membangun sektor pertanian dan agribisnis nasional yang tangguh dan berkelanjutan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat datang di jurusan Sosial Ekonomi Fakultas Pertanian Universitas Brawijaya. Saya Heri Toiba, Ketua Jurusan Sosial Ekonomi. Jurusan Sosial Ekonomi telah hadir lebih dari 40 tahun untuk membantu menyelesaikan berbagai permasalahan dalam pembangunan sektor pertanian nasional. Sustainable Development Goal saat ini menjadi rujukan utama dalam pembangunan global. Hal ini menjadi tantangan tersendiri bagi kami. Tahun 2050 diperkirakan penduduk bumi mencapai 7 miliar jiwa dan mereka semua membutuhkan pangan. Pastinya akan banyak persoalan sosial ekonomi yang muncul dan membutuhkan solusi. Kami menyusun kurikulum secara detail dari awal dan melibatkan para stakeholder. Hal ini kami lakukan untuk memastikan bahwa lulusan kami dapat diterima di dunia bisnis profesional dan industri sejak pertama mereka lulus. Kesejahteraan untuk mengakhiri kemiskinan, ketersediaan pangan untuk mengakhiri kelaparan, pendidikan untuk menjadikan masyarakat memiliki pola hidup yang sehat dan layak, pengelolaan agribisnis berkelanjutan, serta pengelolaan sumber daya alam berkelanjutan untuk menjaga ketersediaan dan kelestariannya, serta stabilitas perekonomian sektor pertanian untuk menjaga pertumbuhan ekonomi selalu positif menjadi fokus dalam setiap kurikulum yang kami susun. Kami menyiapkan mahasiswa serta lulusan yang memiliki kemampuan untuk menganalisis kebijakan ekonomi pertanian secara kritis, mampu menjadi penyuluh, pendamping, fasilitator, dan mampu memberdayakan masyarakat, mampu membangun sistem serta model agribisnis berkelanjutan, mampu menjadi social entrepreneur yang tangguh, mampu menjadi pelaku startup di bidang agribisnis yang tangguh. Terdapat 5 laboratorium di jurusan sosial ekonomi untuk mempersiapkan mahasiswa menjadi lulusan yang siap terjun ke dunia bisnis dan dunia kerja profesional. Pertama, Laboratorium Ekonomi dan Kebijakan Pertanian. Kedua, Laboratorium Sosiologi Pedesaan dan Pemberdayaan Masyarakat. Ketiga, Laboratorium Komunikasi dan Penyuluhan Agribisnis. Keempat, Laboratorium Manajemen Keuangan dan Pemasaran Agribisnis. Dan kelima, Laboratorium Manajemen Produksi dan Operasi Agribisnis. Jurusan Sosial Ekonomi didukung oleh tenaga pengajar yang memiliki kualifikasi dan dedikasi yang tinggi untuk membangun sektor pertanian dan agribisnis nasional. Dengan kelima laboratorium tersebut dan dengan pengajar yang qualified, jurusan Sosial Ekonomi siap berperan aktif dalam menyelesaikan permasalahan-permasalahan sosial ekonomi pertanian di Indonesia dan bahkan di dunia. Alumni jurusan sosial ekonomi memiliki kompetensi yang mumpuni dalam bidang agribisnis. Mereka menjadi profesional di bidang agribisnis dari hulu sampai hilir. Alumni tersebar di industri input pertanian seperti industri pupuk, pestisida, dan alsintan, dan industri on-farm seperti industri produksi, industri budidaya pertanian.
Time to start. Hello, good morning everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's such a very great morning. It's nice to see you and welcome to the 3-in-1 program. This is belong to agribusiness marketing management. I would like to say hello to dear colleges, students, international students from Vietnam, and also our visiting professor, Dr. Juwaidah Sharifuddin from Universiti Putra Malaysia. And today is 28th of October 2021. I hope that you can see and hear us very well. And we would like to continue the topic today. Okay, let me see. Today's topic is about sustainable marketing, and there will be a case study. Okay, hello, Dr. Juwaidah Sharifuddin. Are you ready to give a material for today?
Yes, sure.
Right. So basically you have 1.5 hours, but please give your lectures for about 90 minutes, and we will continue with discussion for the rest 10 minutes. All right. So thank you. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Ibu Novi. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we are going to look at a new topic. Okay, hold on. I will share this. Okay. So can you see this? The slides?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So today we are going to look at sustainable marketing. Sustainable marketing is something that is different from green marketing that we always hear before this. So we will see what actually constitute as sustainable marketing, and then we will also look at what is it all about. And I will give you examples on some of the companies that have taken the initiative to do sustainable marketing for their company. Okay, so if you look at sustainable marketing, it is to promote a company's sustainable and environmentally friendly product or services. So it does have link to the green marketing, okay, but it's not only that. So it's more than only talking about being green to the environment. So sustainable marketing, it's supposed to be more than that, and we will look at how actually the company do something that is more than showing that they are green, environmental friendly. Okay, so it is a product is considered sustainable if it meets the needs of this generation's social behavior, and at the same time it also applies to the next generation. That means it's not only focusing on the generations right now, but sustainable means that it can be continued and also can be something that benefits the future generations too. So that is the meaning of sustainable in this context. Okay, so why companies are looking at sustainable marketing is because they can see the changes that is happening among the consumers. For example, might be previously consumers only look at price. So the cheaper it is, the better for the consumer to buy. Might be, okay, that is the traditional way. But then as we have progressed, and then we have internet, we can see what others are doing in other countries. We have cheaper flights to other countries. So you are starting to open up your view. Okay, your vision becomes larger. Okay, so you are not looking at only what is happening inside your country. So you are, and then sometimes you compare. Okay, you compare with other countries, and then there are things that you might realize that, yeah, why are we doing this in our country? And then, but then it is not being practiced in other countries, and other countries are more beautiful, for example, as compared to ours. So that might be a trigger on how companies starting to change its product and services according to the demand from the consumers. Okay, so the main goal of sustainable marketing is to produce product and services that will join global movement of protecting the environment. Yes, so it is going to look at the green factors too, but also sustainable marketing, it also creates consumer themselves to participate in the process, okay, of being sustainable to the environment, to the world, etc. So you can see that if I give you example after this, you can see that it's going to be a wholesome effort. It's not only looking at one of the component of 4 P's. It's not looking at only promotion. It's not only looking at price. It's looking at the whole package. Okay, so that is something that is being done for sustainable marketing. Okay, so this is where it differs from green marketing, where it's going to look at environmental, economic, and social. So it is constitute all 3 pillars of sustainable marketing. So it's not only on environment, whereby you look at zero waste, you look at reducing carbon footprints, you try to change your packaging material, don't use plastic too much. You know, like McDonald's, for example, they want to, I don't know in Indonesia, but in Malaysia, they always show the straw that stuck on the nose of a turtle. So the plastic straw, when we use it, and then it's not recycled, so the straw will go directly to like if you just throw it on the ground, so it will go to the drain, and then it will lead out to the sea. Okay, so there's one turtle where they caught the turtle, and the straw is stuck in the nose, so they are trying to pull it out. So that is actually something that makes people don't want to use plastic straw. Okay, so what McDonald's has done is that they change the straw with paper-based straw. Cumanya paper-based straw ni, if you are spending time talking to your friend at the restaurant, okay, you put the paper-based straw in your drinks. After half an hour, it will dissolve. You will eat it, okay? You will drink it. So it's not nice actually. But then that is something that they come up with so that they reduce the use of plastic. Okay, but then some people say that it's only looking at one thing. It's not wholesome because the drinks, the cup, the cover is still using plastic. So that means it's like half-hearted. Okay, it's not throughout when you want to say about environmental friendly. Okay, so that is something that people are saying, consumers are saying about companies that wants to be green, wants to be environmental friendly, but then it's not that wholesome. It's not keseluruhan. So that is something that makes some consumers see that as a half-hearted job. But then there are consumers that says that at least you reduce. You try one at a time. First, you reduce the use of plastic straw, and then might be after this you can come up with something, and then you don't need to use straw anymore. And then might be in the future you can change the cover, not using plastic anymore. So that is steps, okay, that you can do in to be green or environmental friendly. But then another two pillars that are very important for sustainable marketing is on economics, okay, and also social. That means for the economic side, that means you are compliant with all the rules that are in the environment at that time, the rules of your own country or the rules of other countries if you are exporting, or as a general, might be is under WHO, or it's under World Bank, or it's under FAO. So that is something that covers everything. Okay, so you are going to comply with the rules. You are doing proper corporate governance. Okay, so sometimes having sustainable marketing is something that can be extra advantage to your company, because you can, if that is practiced by the government, you can reduce corporate tax. Okay, might be you are going to be exempted from something. Okay, might be you are going to be categorized as a good company, so your standing in the government book too is going to be a good record. So that is for the economics. Your risk management, okay, the risk of being fined, the risk of losing your customers, that can also be reduced. Okay, and then avoid conflicts of interest. For example, we have NGO movement that is called Greenpeace. Greenpeace ni, they are looking at on everything green lah. So companies that are not green, they will go after you. Okay, for example, we have many problems with our oil palm plantation with this Greenpeace group. Okay, because they said that our palm oil production is not sustainable. So that is also something that companies are trying to avoid, because when you are being targeted by certain NGOs, or you are, for example, you are producing oil and gas, that is, and they say that is something that can be a danger to the environment. Okay, you are going to have carbon emission. So these are things that people can target you with. So if you can try to minimize this, okay, for example, we have companies in Malaysia. For this week, we have companies in Malaysia that produce biscuits. Suddenly, we have been eating that from like I don't know, 50 years already, we are eating the biscuits. And then suddenly now, agency from other countries said that that biscuit have carcinogen. That means it can cause cancer if you eat it too much. Okay, so we have to check again, and then we have to give answers for that. Okay, so if the company, for example, I can imagine that that company after this, the sales are going to reduce so much. It's going to drop. And then it might be until a company cannot survive anymore. So you have to, we have also companies that have to close before this because they don't look at sustainability, and the mistakes that they did to affect a larger community. So they have to be closed down. So as a business, you try to reduce all these risks. Okay. So I know it's going to be, you are going to spend a lot more, but then for long term, it's going to be something that can, it's going to balance out actually, because your company can survive for a longer time as compared to if you are not being sustainable lah. Okay, and also the most important is on the social part. Social part ni, that means you are looking at many aspects. It's not only consumers, but you look at your own employee, okay, and stakeholder, whether they are going to be safe, okay, working in your environment, in your company, and then they are also going to support and approve whatever that you are doing for sustainability, okay, and then this will also make your employee, your consumers, they will stay with your company if they are very happy with what you are doing for the community, okay, for the society. So it does not only looking at you helping your own community, but I've seen companies that show that they have contributed to communities in another country, but the consumer from another country will support that. Because right now, dulu ya, in the 90s, when I went to US, I heard I'm talking with Western people, and then they are thinking about people from other countries. They want to help. They give contributions. At that time, Malaysia and Indonesia, I think in the 90s, still we think about ourselves first. We want to survive first. So if we hear about other people giving money to people from other countries, so we are like, do we need to do that? Again, we are still thinking about surviving ourselves. So by this time, by 2020, I'm thinking that our level has also increased, and we also are thinking about people in other countries too, not only our country. Okay, so there are companies that look into this, and they, if they see that the community or the consumers in a certain country too have already been to that level, so they are also going to use this, okay, as a platform for them to show that they are also caring, and then they care about people from other parts of the world, and they want to help, and you should also help to promote their cause. So they're asking you to buy from them, and in it's not directional. Indirectly, you are helping people in another country. So that is also something that is being done by companies right now. Okay. Oh, and before that, okay, and the supply chain awareness. Okay, supply chain ni, if you can think about, for example, um, um, in Malaysia, I've seen advertisement showing that when you buy things, it is packed in bigger carton, bigger box, and then that box is not being thrown away. It will go back to the factory and then going to be used for repack for the next batch. So that is also something example lah for supply chain that being sustainable, being more sustainable. Sometimes they show that when they transport the product, they are using environmental friendly packaging. So might be they are not using boxes, okay, made out of paper, but it is using plastic, but it is being used many more times, okay, and it's going to might be less leakage, or it can protect the the product better. So all these are being done to show that a company is doing its best to be more sustainable. But usually being more sustainable ni dia punya capital tu, the investment that you have to make at the beginning of the sustainability campaign is going to be higher as compared to you do your process normally, okay? But then it will be good for the long-term cost, okay? So this is showing between sustainable and green marketing. So the main difference is sustainability marketing is looking at the whole, okay, at the whole thing. It's preventing today's production habit from exhausting supplies for the future. That means be more efficient, okay, in using resources, and at the same time it also look at profit level, because it's not going to be working for a company if you start to lose your profit just because you are going to be sustainable, okay? So it's looking at the whole thing. That's why I'm saying that it's looking at all the 4 P's. It's not only looking at any certain P of marketing, okay? As compared to green marketing is only looking at production usually, okay? They try to look at how to produce their product in a more environmental friendly manner, and try to reduce waste to the environment. So it's only looking at one specific thing, okay, for green marketing. And then the thing is right now, there are many studies also looking at this green marketing on the consumer level, because for certain countries the enforcement is not strong enough. So sometimes companies, they just put their product as green or environmental friendly, but it's not. So trust is also something that means what the company do is something else, but the consumer, on the consumer side, whether they actually trust your product is being produced in a green way, that is another thing. So if you have company, you need to think on both sides. That means what you are doing as a company in producing the product, and then you put certain logo on your product, but you must make sure that the consumer also going to trust whatever you are doing. If they feel something is not right, so it will be considered as you are lying to them, and they will run away lah after that. They will not buy any more of your products. So that is a danger there if you promote yourself as doing something good to the society, but in fact that you did not do that. So it will backfire, and the effect too will last for a long time. Okay, so that is something. And also we will look at traditional marketing. This one is traditional. Okay, this one is on sustainable marketing. So you look at parties involved. Parties involved for traditional marketing, usually they look only at firm and customer. So supply, demand. But for sustainability marketing, you look at firm, customer, and also environment. That's why environment too is there, but it's going to be included also environment, economy, and society. Okay, so 3 pillars together inside this for sustainability marketing. And then objective. Traditionally, you only look at customer satisfaction and also satisfaction of firm objective. You look at the firm objective, you want to stick to that, and also you want the customers to be satisfied. That's all. Okay, but for objective in sustainability marketing, you include also minimizing ecological impact cost. So you try to minimize negative impact that you have to the environment, negative impact that you have for the natural ecosystem, for example. So, katalah, if you are producing prawns, kan? Prawn that we have aquaculture. You produce prawn. You ternak dalam pond, okay, dalam kolam. So if you are doing it based on traditional marketing, you are going to try to increase your production, and then you don't care about whatever, that means you don't care about the prawn that you produce, whether it's high in antibiotic or not, because when you want to increase the number of prawn that your production, you want to increase your production, usually with the same amount of pond that you have, you are going to put more antibiotics because you want the prawn to be more resistant to any penyakit. Okay, so and then you want to increase the number of prawn in every pond. You want to reduce the usage of you want to reduce usage of food ke, you want to reduce the percentage of prawn that dies, and then you don't care about spending more to make sure that the water that comes from the pond to the river is already cleaned. So you are not thinking about that. You only think about customer satisfied, and then firm objective is also achieved. But if you are looking at sustainability marketing, you need to think about your consumer. If they consume your prawn, are they going to be sick? Because antibiotic ni, if you put to the prawn or fish or whatever, and then when people eat it, it will be transferred to their body. So what are you going to think about your consumers' health or not? Okay, so sustainability marketing, supposedly you think about that too. It's not only your product and your profit only. Okay, so you think about the consumer who are going to consume your product, and then you are going to think about the environment, the water that comes out of your pond. You are also going to be thinking about might be not only water, the land itself where you have your pond. That means you will think about whether whatever that you are using in the pond will leak into the soil or not. Will it affect the soil? Okay. If it affect the soil, where do you the pond is situated? Is it going to leach until the sea? So these are things that you need to think about. Okay. Another thing is sometimes it's also for sustainable marketing. It's also thinking about your own employee. You don't use certain types of kadang-kadang you ada letak antibiotics or in farms you put pesticide yang if you use it, it will affect the employee because they are going to deal with it. They are going to apply that to the farm. So if you use some pesticide that is not good, then the workers themselves will have might be there are workers who work in farm that have skin cancer, dia ada masalah lain just because you are using pesticide that are not allowed. So if traditional marketing might be you don't think about your own employee, but for sustainable marketing you look at everything, okay, as a whole. And then corporate responsibility. Before this is only on economic, but it's more for social, not only economic side, okay, for sustainable marketing. And then reach of marketing decisions from manufacture to product use, but now it's until consumption and post-consumption. What will happen after that? So that means even if you are looking at need I apply to 4P that you have learned, okay? So if you look at product, you're not only thinking about product packaging dia macam mana inside the product itself, what you want to put inside it. You have to think until packaging tu, after people have used, how are they going to dispose the packaging. This is where you can see some companies like Nescafe, they are producing coffee in dipanggil apa tu? They ada coffee machines, okay? And then if you buy that coffee machines, the way you make your coffee is using capsules, okay? And then capsules ni, after you have made your coffee, what are you going to do with that capsule? Capsule tu ada aluminium and then ada plastic base. So if they are looking at sustainable, that means in Malaysia they come up with one program whereby if you buy Nescafe capsule, okay, after you have used it, you keep it, okay, and then when you buy the product another time, this capsule you can give it to the mail, the delivery man, and then they will deduct okay, macam ada discount lah. They will give discounts to your purchase after that. Or might be certain companies, they give you points. After certain points, might be you can claim it with gifts or food. So these are the things that you need to think about. It's not only until the consumer purchase your product, but after they have used it, and then if they have access after usage, okay, what are they going to do with that? So for sustainability marketing, you look at until post consumption, okay, and then ecological demand. Usually before this, looking only at liquor requirement, but after this, if you are looking at sustainable marketing, you look beyond that. Not only what you are supposed to do, but you contribute more to the society. Okay, you are producing paint. Tak payahlah. You are using toy. Okay, you produce toys for children. Okay, you cannot use certain paint that is very dangerous if the children, small kids, they gigit kan, they main-main and then they bite the toys. So sometimes ada certain of paint that is very dangerous. So according to the law, you cannot have the dangerous paint used for toys given to small kids, might be less than 1 year, katalah. Okay, this is example. Now, you do that because that is required by law. Okay, now, if you are doing sustainable marketing, you will look more than that. Might be you are going to use certain things in the toy that katalah it will also it's not something that needed by the rules and regulation, but it comes from you yourself, the company, as something that is CSR for the community. For example, for every sales of these toys, it will go to the charity of children with cancer, for example. So you are doing something more that is not required legally in your country. Okay, might be also like something like you are producing yogurt, for example. You are producing yogurt or rice. Okay, in Malaysia, Indonesia, we don't have problem with sunshine. We have plenty of sunshine, kan? But 4-season countries, some of the countries, they receive less. So when they receive less, the population have less vitamin D. Okay, so it's not required by the government for your food product to have enhanced vitamin D, for example. But if you think that that can make people come and buy your product and stick to your product, you can have that enhanced in your product. That's why sometimes you see rice enhanced with vitamin D, for example. We don't find that in Malaysia and Indonesia, but we can find fortified products in other countries, and they put that to certain products because the overall population is lack of certain things. That is why this is my observation when I stay in one country for a long time. When you can see that sometimes when we go for travel, 2 weeks, 1 week, we don't really look at these things. But if you stay there for 2 or 3 years, even 1 year, you will notice that there are certain food in your you never think about it's being fortified with something that is usually you can find in abundance in very in what is it? It's very easy to find in your country, but in other countries it might not be as easy as in our country. So they put it in the food that they consume. Sometimes they put it in eggs, in milk, something that people always eat. So that they want to make sure that their population is sufficient of that nutrition. Okay, so that is something that you can do lah, beyond what is being needed by your law and regulation of the country. Okay, and also like I said just now, green pressure groups. Kita ada NGOs that always look at environment, okay, and also other things. So for traditional marketing, you just try to avoid. Tak nak dia datang attack kita, okay. But then for sustainable marketing, sometimes you just call them and ask them, what is it that actually will make you not targeting us? And then we do whatever that we can. It's not only avoiding, okay? It's also open relationship and collaboration with these groups, okay? So why is it important? Because, okay, I have this. I took this from books and also from online, but we also need to have in mind that this sustainable marketing, it also comes with the level of the country that you are in. So actually, it also depends on the consumers that we have in our country. If they don't come to this level yet, might be it's not necessary for all companies to promote sustainable marketing yet. Okay, because sustainable marketing, like I said, comes with cost. So you are going to somewhat increase your price of your product or services. And that can be niche or in your branding. Okay, it can attract people, but in certain countries, it has not reached the level yet. So this is something that you can look at it. Might be like Indonesia is big. So it might be in the city where people have more money and they are concerned about sustainability. You can look at this as one of your how you want to approach your consumers. But might be in the rural area, it's like that. It's like what I explained in the beginning of the lecture. You are thinking about survival of yourself. So might be in rural area, the consumers still are not thinking about people in other countries or people in other places, or even thinking about giving their money for cancer research or old people. They are thinking about themselves, survival. Okay, so when I put this is if your company is surviving or practicing in places where the society is also in the level where they are looking for sustainable products. Okay. Unless a brand makes an effort to understand customers' want and needs, the likelihood of keeping loyal customer is low. This is why I say things like just now. Because if your customer is not looking at sustainability, they are more looking at price and survival of themselves. So it's no point of you showing that you are very sustainable and all these model, and then you charge premium price. Then you are not going to be focusing on customers' demand. Their demand is very simple. You just need to produce for them to buy and they can afford. But if you are saying all other things that they don't care about, even if it is sustainable, it will not attract more consumers to buy your product or services. Okay, so memang sustainable marketing is important, but you also need to look at the preparedness of your customers in accepting sustainable marketing products. Okay, and then this is why, because you have to match your brand value to the value of your consumers. If not, it's not going to work for the company. So even if sustainable marketing is important, but if your consumers are not prepared to embrace sustainable marketing, tak payahlah. You don't need to prepare too much for it if it's not even being looked for by the consumers, right? Presently, people have been putting an effort to become more friendly. This one also, I'm saying that it depends on the places that you are. Some are becoming more environmental friendly, eco-friendly, protective of environment. So they are the ones who are looking for the sustainable product or services. If your consumer is not ready for this, then might be you are not you don't need to spend more to promote yourself as a company who are doing sustainable marketing yet lah. Tunggu if until they are in that level, then you can promote. Sometimes, okay, it's not saying that your company should not do things in a sustainable way. Sometimes you can be sustainable, tapi untuk promote yourself tu as doing sustainability for the environment, for the society, it needs, dia macam janji, you are promising the consumer. So, kalau pun you buat macam tu, it's okay. It's good for your company, for the environment, but then you need to, if you want to make that as a niche of your brand, to show that to the consumers that you are premium brand because of what you do for sustainability. Lepas tu you nak tunjuk that in your advertisement, for example, but your consumers, your customers are not concerned about that, then tak payah, because even after that, suddenly you katalah you have pandemic like COVID-19, you need to stop all these extra things that you are doing for the society. You can stop because nobody is you have not promised anybody about that. But then it's not being promised to the society, so you can withdraw whenever you want, okay, but it's not going to affect your sales lah, okay. If you have already included in your advertisement, in your promotions, that you are doing certain things for certain society or certain groups, then you really need to stick by it, okay. And then this also is depending on where you are. Research has shown that 47% of consumers walk away from brand that fails to take action on sustainability. 17% never returns. So this is something that is happening in the Western world. Okay, Malaysia also is going towards that, but it's not that much yet. Okay, there are people who are more concerned about society and also environment, but it's not. There are still more that are not concerned yet. So it depends on where you are. Okay, so this is why sustainable marketing is important, why you should switch pun, like I said, looking at your consumers. 8 in 10 consumer care about sustainability. This is from US lah, okay, from US research. Sustainable marketing leads to larger profit, cost savings, improve customer loyalty. So, like I said, you can do it. You can start do it sustainably. But then, for you to show whether your company is doing good for the environment and society too, that is depending on acceptance of your consumers. Okay, if they want to hear it or not. Okay, Generation Z ni you all lah. Okay, all the generation that use internet. So they said that Generation Z are looking at sustainable products. They want to make sure that whatever they are using right now will not have negative impact on future generation, katanya lah. Okay, so that's why right now people are more focusing on sustainable marketing. Okay, actually, I think this also happens because people are talking about climate change. So they are talking about end of the world. Nanti tak ada. We have more water, sea level will increase, and then not many places that we can live anymore. So bila dah jadi, we are facing this now. So people are trying to reverse balik or make it prolong the process of climate change so that it's not affecting our life too much. So this is where people start to demand for companies to think about more other than only their profits. Okay, so this is why actually it's more on demand from the consumers. Okay, what they actually want from the companies. Okay, so 70% of consumers are willing to pay premium price for sustainable product. This is also, like I said, depending on where you are. I'm thinking Malaysia not 70% lah. Might be 30 to 40% might be yes for Malaysia. This is my perceptions lah of Malaysia. It's not until 70% yet who are willing to pay more for sustainable products. Okay, and then growth of sustainability market is increasing between 2013 to 2018. So they predict that it's going to increase more in the future. Okay, so this is what they have found out. They have made research. Consumer expectation of a brand, if you look at this, okay, they want more on provide products that help simplify my life. Of course, everybody wants this. Okay, and then offer clean products. That means this is on the environment lah. Okay, provide product with health wellness benefits. Okay, that's the third thing that they consider important for the product that they buy. Okay, so if you have all these criteria, okay, support recycling 45%, sustainable, environmental friendly 44%, use organic ingredients 41%. This one, why is it like lesser as compared to others? You said organic is better lah, better. This is organic ni is like what our previous granddad granddaddy are using, dulu farmers kan. Farmers dulu don't use chemical, pesticide and all that. That is organic. Tapi when you promoting on organic, you must remember organic ni, it doesn't come with cantik. It's not going to be beautiful. Your carrot will not be beautiful if it's organic. Tapi when you want to buy carrot yang cantik and then warna orange, elok aja dia punya, semua sama size. That is not organic actually. Chilies, you want it to be organic. You want your rice to be organic, tapi it's going to be expensive, and also it's really very, very hard to produce in large amount for things to be organic. So these are also some, dia nak, but then sampai masa tengok barang tu, alah tak cantik, tak nak lah pula. Okay, nak semua cantik and perfect, but at the same time you want it to be organic. That is conflicting. So consumers pun, it's like that. Based on what my reading, they want sustainable marketing, they want clean, they want environmental friendly, support recycling. When you ask them, yes, they want this, they want that, they want that. Tapi it comes back to the price, whether they can afford to pay or not. And usually they will buy yang what they want to is another thing, but what they buy will be something that what they can afford. So kalaulah doing too much on society and environment ni, because it's not required by the law. That means you do the basic requirement of the law, but then the extra tu, if you feel that the society is not at the level yet for them to pay for that premium price, then you do minimum yang extra tu. Okay, so for law requirement tu, you have to make sure that you are not breaking any law, but the thing that you want to add, make sure that it doesn't increase the cost of your product until it makes people cannot buy. Because as a company, your main target tu, dia mesti not only know your brand, but they need to buy. Buy tu is requirement for companies. Okay, it tak guna ya if people know about your brand, tahu brand you memang very good and everything, you buat banyak untuk environment or untuk society, untuk community, tapi they cannot buy because it's very expensive for them. Tak guna juga. So you need to make sure that whatever extra thing that you want to do tu is within the profit margin that you can get. Okay, kalau it increase your cost to very much until you cannot survive, it's not proper for you to do like that lah. Memang it will create more positive brand awareness, but then it does not contribute to the sales of your product. Okay, so yang kata not important tu, they said it's lesser lah. So more customers say that all these things are important in the brand that they purchase. But like I said, they expect this one, but whether they are going, they have the ability to pay for the premium price, that one you have to make your research on your own. For different places, you need to understand whether they have that capability to pay the price or not. Okay. So when you do sustainable marketing, yes, it will enhance your brand recognition. It will reduce cost and improve effectiveness ni for long term. It's not for short term. Okay. And then, yes, it's going to be easier for you to comply to rules and regulations. Customer will they will like your company, okay? And also, if you want to sell your share, for example, there are going to be buyers, okay? Buyers will want to invest in your company, okay? You will minimize waste and also increase return on investment, okay? So that is for long term lah. For long term is very, very good for company, but need to look at the type of consumer that you have, okay? So how are you going to be sustainable? To do sustainable marketing, all right? So there's 5 principles. First, whatever that you do, consumer. Look at your consumer, okay? Not at other countries. Where are you selling your product? Look at your own consumers. They, whatever you produce, product or services, should satisfy, be useful, provide solution to your existing and potential customer. And very, very important, they need to be affordable to them. Okay? So, it doesn't mean that your product has to be cheap. If your consumer can afford product that is premium price, then you can do it. Okay? But make sure that whatever that you want to promote your product to as a product that is very sustainable ke whatever, make sure that that is the thing that your consumer wants to hear. If katalah, we say that Starbucks is giving donations to Israel, kan? That is good lah for them. Okay, they are doing their own their own things to the community for Israel. Okay, so they spend money lah for that because they give donation. Okay, tapi that kind of donation, they don't need to tell us in Malaysia or Indonesia sebab kita tak suka Israel, kan? So why must they show what they are doing to the consumers that don't care about that? Might be if they want to tell about what they are doing good for certain community ni, they will share that to the consumers who cares. So maknanya your company can do more for the society. It's okay. It's good. It's very encouraged by the government also, okay, because it helps the government too. But then, when you want to promote whatever positive things that you do with the company's money, you need to ensure that that is something that your consumer in that place wants to hear, and it can attract more potential customers. If not, duduk diam-diam. Okay, don't tell to consumers who don't want to hear about that. Because katalah, kena macam us in Malaysia and Indonesia, we don't like Israel, and then you say that you are giving money to Israel. Marahlah. Nanti, your existing customer also you will lose. Okay, you are not going to attract potential customer, but you are also losing the existing customer. But then, if you are doing something that, like for example, you are giving money to ada tempat, katalah macam ada tempat di Indonesia yang kena tsunami. Okay, so that company says that with every product that you buy, 1% will go to the charity for tsunami in this place. So when you feel that it's really close to your heart, you are going to buy that product just because you think that I will get this product, and at the same time I will contribute to the society. So tak payah susah-susah. The company will take care of it. So you are going to attract, the company will attract potential customers using this. Okay. And then customer value marketing. You have to create value for your customer. Value to apa? What is being needed by what is demanded by the consumer. Like I said before, if you want to increase the quality of your product, for example, but the quality too is not important to your consumer, and they are not going to pay extra for that quality, then your product is not going to be a success. Contoh example that I can give is handphones. Okay, handphones, if you think about I don't know, masa ni you dah guna ke belum? Okay, you think about Nokia. Okay, and you think about Huawei. Okay, how does it comes that Nokia is the first company tau before this, and then suddenly it went down, and very hard for the company to come up again. Huawei tak tahu daripada mana, and then suddenly is the first in the market. Okay, it's actually very simple. What companies producing handphones right now realize is that people are not looking at how well they can hear the voice of their the one that they want to talk to. Right now ni, you use phone, you don't call people kan? You WhatsApp. You give message only. And then what else you do with your phone? You take picture, you take selfie, you letak rama-rama, you put emoticons ke, you jadikan muka you lagi cantik. So handphones, yes, the main thing is supposed to be you can connect with each other. Tapi what the consumer wants is that if you can enhance the camera of that phone, then they are going to pay for it more. So that is the value that they are looking at when they buy handphones. So you tak payahlah spend more on something that to increase the quality of the phone can last for 10 years, for example. Tak perlu you buat research on that and increase the cost just because you want to make the handphones last for 10 years. Tak payah, sebab better you put your money for research too on enhancing the camera, because that are the things that consumers is going to look at when they buy handphone. Kalau kawan ambil gambar cantik, dia akan tanya, handphone apa? What handphone are you using? Your gambar lagi cantik from my gambar. Okay, so look at value yang consumers you are looking for. Okay, don't spend much on things that is not being valued by your consumer, but increasing the price of the product. Okay, so that is very, very important. So if you look, the first two ni memang on consumer. Okay, and then innovative marketing, search for new inspiration and ideas, in creating your marketing campaign. So it makes your company too looks much fresher lah, because you are doing something that others are not doing. Okay, adapt mission to fit broad social terms instead of narrow product terms. So that's why you look into society, not only for your own company's product. Okay, and societal marketing, how their marketing practice benefit organization as well as community. That's why in sustainability, it's not looking only at eco-friendly or environmental friendly. Okay, it's more than that. So that is 5 sustainable marketing principles. And then, okay, now it's 8:15 kan? Okay, I will show you. Okay, kejap. Wait. Okay, I will show you example.
Hello, are you
Okay.
trying to?
Oh, you cannot see that
Yes,
one?
yes. We have not yet seen your picture.
Okay.
Yes, it sounds
Can you hear
interesting.
just now?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Hold
Try
on.
to click on once more.
Yeah. Okay. Wait.
All right.
Can you see this?
Not yet. Okay, in the process. Yes, it's an aeroplane, right?
Okay.
Airplane.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to show one example of KLM. Okay, KLM is a company aviation. Okay, so we watch this.
We cannot hear anything.
Oh, you cannot hear,
Yes.
but you can see.
Yes, yes, we can see it.
Okay, tak apalah, because it is you can just read.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so if you look at KLM, it's a flight company. Okay, but then they are asking you to think when you want to take flights. Is it necessary for you to go there, or you can make your meeting online? Can you take train, for example, because train has has less carbon emission as compared to flights. So that means it's making the society think on what actually is better for you. It's not only you are supposed to take their flights whenever you want, tapi at the same time, it will make people aware and people are going to remember that brand, KLM. Bila you try to, when you want to really fly, you will look for that label, your brand, because they think that that brand is close to their heart. So that is one example. Okay, now let's look at another example. Hold on. Okay, let me share. Susah kalau tak dengar. How am I going to do this?
Maybe the
Okay, share sound. Okay.
sound. Yes.
All right. Okay. Okay, we are looking into one of these.
Home. It's not what we think it is. It's not just made of wood or concrete or bricks. Because it's not just a house, let alone a village or a city or a country. Our home is bigger. You may not have explored all its rooms, its passages, wandered its many gardens, bathed in its waters, looked out from the very top floor, nor met all those you live with. This is Latifa, by the way. It's still your home, still mine, still theirs. It's provided all of us with the sustenance and shelter we need to grow and prosper. Our home has treated us well. But as temperatures increase and sea levels rise, it's time to change the way we treat it. It's not easy to change our ways. But if we all look beyond our own walls and see our home for what it really is, it might change you. Like it's transforming us from a black to a green energy company. We no longer produce oil and gas and have decided to stop all use of coal to focus entirely on green energy. And we've already built the world's largest offshore wind operation, enabling millions of people to benefit from the powerful forces of the wind at sea. Because of our transformation, Dong, originally short for Danish oil and natural gas, no longer reflects who we are. So we're even changing our name to Ørsted, inspired by the Danish scientist who laid the foundation for how today's society is powered. We want to help create a world that runs entirely on green energy. And we'll need all of Ørsted's vision and dedication to do it. Because the place we all call home needs love, but love means nothing without action.
Okay. So for that, actually, you can see this company change the product that they produce and also change the company's name. So that means you are doing something, but you think that that is going to contribute to the society at large. You don't use coal anymore. So you produce energy, still using produce energy. That's the main product, but it's coming from something else that's more sustainable. Okay. So another banyak kali ni saya nak tunjuk. Okay. Another one is ni example. This example I want to show to you because it will show. Hold on. Okay. What I want to show at least will make you think that it's not only looking at environment only. Okay. So I want to make sure that you know the differences between green marketing and also sustainability marketing. Okay. So can you see this?
Team members, and today we are looking back on 2 years since the launch of Pret's 5-point allergy plan.
In September 2019, Pret announced its 5-point allergy plan.
This included the national rollout of full ingredient labels on all freshly prepared products to better support customers with allergies and food hypersensitivity.
This was one of the biggest operational changes in our history, completed in less than a year, across 400 shops, including training for all Pret team members on the new process.
Since then, roughly 120 million products have had full ingredient labels added to them.
The 5-point plan also included launching new tablets in every shop with full ingredient information.
Annual allergen training continues to be a focus for all team members working in our shops.
In addition to this, we have specific training for our support center staff who are involved in either managing products or customer information.
Here at Pret, we remain 100% committed to helping people with allergies get the information they need to make the right choices for them.
Smiles everywhere.
Okay. So you can see that I know Malaysia, Indonesia is not yet looking at this. Because it's something that allergy ni is not something that is being focused by Malaysia and Indonesia. But then in Western world, allergies ni, that's why I said there might be something that is deficient in the nutrition of the Western people that makes them, so many of them have allergies. And these allergies is something that kalau you kena, you cannot breathe. It's not like allergy yang macam kita kalau silap makan, kita gatal-gatal. It's only on the skin. So dia punya allergy, if they eat nuts, for example, they will choke. Dia jadi allergy reaction dia sampai tak boleh bernafas. You cannot breathe. So it's really something that is important for them to know whether there are peanut traces in the food. Whether you have allergy reaction to seafood. So if it's not something that is needed by the consumer in your own country, so tak payahlah, you don't need to have that. But if it's needed in the country that you sell your products to, then this might be something that you need to think about. Okay, I show one more. Okay, I will show one more before we discuss. Okay. So, I hope you can see that they are showing that it's not only looking at green production. So they look at supporting local farmers, looking at local community, what is being needed by the children in certain area. So not enough iron. So they put the iron in fortified in the yogurt. And then looking at food labeling, because more people are wanting, like we also we look at halal. So might be food label too is very, very important. So these are the things that companies can do in order to to make sure that it being customer oriented. Okay. Another one, this one you can look when you have my slides nanti ya. So do you think that there are companies that practice sustainability marketing in Indonesia? Do you think you have companies that are doing this? So these are things that you might want to find out, okay, and look for. So might be you have seen their advertisement before, but you don't know that they are actually talking about sustainability marketing, okay, because it's more on your whether you are in the know, how knowledgeable are you in this area. Okay, so if you look at successful sustainable marketing, this is to wrap up because we nearly 9:40. So be authentic. Make yourself as company how you want the consumers to see you. Okay, not putting something that is not clear. Okay, focus on your product or services. That is the main important thing. Don't just beautify your campaign, but people look at it as something that is not wholeheartedly done. Like I said just now, like MACD. Okay, simplify your message so that people can understand. So tell a story or whatever, but make sure that people understand if the focus of your message. Okay.
Sorry, the PowerPoint is not clear, ma'am. Would you please
Share again.
share again? Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Nice. Thank you.
This one is clear? Not
I'm afraid still not clear.
okay.
Okay, but
That means
you have read it. It's okay.
okay. This one is okay. Can you see this?
Still blur, still not clear. Maybe
Oh,
Mr. Faisal
okay.
want to have tips. Pak Faiz, maybe.
Okay. Then I re-click this and then might be like this.
This is better. Thank you.
That means whatever I click just now for video, I need to unclick.
You learn something.
Okay. Yes. So be authentic, focus on your product and service, simplify your messaging. Okay, this is in the slides. You will get it after this. See the big picture. Okay, so let the consumer know what is it that you want to serve, what you are focusing on. Okay, don't distract from the cause that you are doing, and be transparent. That means if you said that you are supporting a local charity or you want to stop child labor, so make sure that consumer also can check where they can check about that. Okay, or you show pictures of what you are doing so that they can they can trust your company. Okay, so as a summary, okay, sustainable marketing definition is looking at three things: environment, society, social, and also economic practices. It needs to be customer-centered, not product-centered. Okay, and then be authentic, focus on your product or service, simplify message, see the big picture, and consider being transparent. Whatever you do, don't greenwash, not only looking at everything is green and environmental friendly. Okay, and but at the end, consumer wants to be both convenient and sustainable, and they can pay for it. So affordable. That is the main thing for the consumer. So with that, I thank you for you to listen nearly 2 hours. Okay. All right.
All right, such a great presentation. So let's give applause to Associate Professor Dr. Juwaidah. Thank you very much for the great presentation. And we have learned a lot from the topics today. I would like to also say hello for friends in the YouTube of Sosek FPUB who has joined us. Thank you very much. And now we will come to the Q&A session or discussion session. Okay, we have 3 questions from Safia from class E, and also Rafa from class E, and also Irsyad from class C. From Safia, hello ma'am, I'm Safia. I would like to ask about sustainable marketing concept. Is sustainable marketing only limited on the company campaigns with environmental issues such as zero waste, or sustainable marketing also includes when company campaign with social issues like hiring people with disabilities. For example, there was one of the cafes in Jakarta where employ people with Down syndrome. That is the first question. You want me to read all or?
I think I answer that one first.
Right.
Okay, so thank you, Safia. Okay,
Yes.
so if you look at the videos just now, it's not only looking at green issues, environmental issues. So I'm thinking also in Malaysia we have cafe that are hiring deaf people, and it is included in their promotional campaign. So I'm thinking that is something that is increasing people who have awareness on Down syndrome people right now, because we have more of them. And also before this, might be we keep them at home. Sekarang ni, because we have education for them and they can work when they are adults. So when people are looking for it, that means dah ramai yang ada Down syndrome, and also you can see them having place for them to work. That maknanya it's not only family have to take care of them. So when Indonesia have reached that level where people are more concerned, and they also are willing to go to this shop just because they hire Down syndrome people. So these are also considered as doing more for the society. So this is also one type of social sustainability marketing. Yes.
Right. All right. Thank you. And the next one is from Rafa, class E. This is international class. I'd like to ask, is sustainable marketing concept better than green marketing? If it is yes, why? And why nowadays a lot of company are using green marketing rather than sustainable marketing? Thank you. So that is the question.
Okay. I'm thinking green marketing is the previous one. And sustainable marketing is the newer term. So green marketing, we have seen it like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they have started on green and environmental marketing. So like you said, in Indonesia also, they have already looked at sustainable marketing, starting to look at. That means this is a new trend. You add more other than looking at environment. What else can you put in your promotions and what your company is doing other than helping for the environment? So helping the society, helping the community, that is being included in sustainable marketing. So that's why you have not heard it too much, but then it's beginning to take the trend even in Malaysia and Indonesia. So nanti kalau dia letak in for whatever the company do is for the society, nanti dia tak masuk dalam green marketing. It's not matched. So it matched with the sustainability marketing, but it's not yet a trend that being accepted by the companies. Tapi samalah. Cumanya dia ada tambahan. It's not only looking at environment, but it's also looking at society.
All right. Now the last question from Irsyad Alfarisi, class J. Is it true that with a large capital, a company can increase sustainability and protect the environment better? Maybe this is your opinion.
Okay. You don't have big investment to do things. Yes, for SME, for example, small medium enterprises, you have limited resources. Tapi limited resources pun, like the one that your friend asked just now, one cafe is small cafe. Tapi what can you do with your capability, the smallness of your company tu? you don't need to think about large community, because you also your target consumer might be you want to sell 200 cups per month. That is not that much. So for that 2,000 cups per month, what are the things that you want to do for extracting to attract potential customers coming to your company, and also for the existing customer to feel happy buying from you. So that is why whatever that you want to think big, tapi in your own capacity. Bukan semua kena fikir very large, and you need to do very huge thing and needs more investment. Okay, so that's my idea of practicing, tapi in your own capability.
All right, love it. Thank you very much for the answer. So that would be the end of our session and class today. We would like to say thank you to Associate Professor Dr. Juwaidah Sharifuddin for the valuable knowledge, and you have been good in sharing your thought and ideas with us. And we would like to see you again in one more meeting. We would like to say also thank you for lecturers and all students who has participated in the class and discussion. I'll see you again next week. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Bu Novi.
Thank you.